All right, guys, welcome back to the TCI studio. We have a special guest here, Hall of Famer Kyle Parker. What does that feel like to hear Hall of Famer with your name?
Uh, Honestly, it's pretty surreal. Just thinking about all the great times I've had here and great people I've met. I'm just honored to be selected as a Hall of Famer.
Hmm.
But really happy to come back and see everyone and watch the Tigers play.
All right, you going in? We talked with DeAndre McDaniel yesterday afternoon. What's it like to be able to go in with him? Obviously, you guys have pretty good history there.
Yeah, it's great, and then kind of ironic that it's the Florida State game
Yep.
where we both came from Florida,
Yep.
so really kind of that was
Hmm.
a big game for us. So getting honored, when we play FSU, I think it's an awesome privilege.
Hmm. Well, tell us a little bit. What are you doing these days? Where are you living? All that good stuff.
Yeah, so me and my wife are back in Jacksonville, Florida, so that's where I'm
Hmm.
from. I've been in private aviation for about 5 years, and then also looking to get into something else. I don't really know what that is at the moment. So really just kind of open to seeing what the next chapter is.
Well, and for those that don't know, Kyle stepped up and helped us with dear old Clemson when we first got started and was our advisor for baseball and football and helped us out there. And obviously, that's a different world. We do have these still available on our store. These are posters that we had made. Kyle's foundation, his mom's foundation, had made when he was at Clemson. They were actually able to do this because it was part of a foundation. Kyle, this was made with for you, but also emphasize the 2020. Um, at the time, nobody had done it. Here we are years later, still nobody's done it. What does that feel like? It's probably maybe means more to you now as you reflect back and see that you did something that even today nobody's doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Something that I'm really proud of, and honestly, I just feel really grateful for Dabo and
Hmm.
Coach Leggett for just being great influences and coaches and allowing me the opportunity to excel at both football and baseball.
Obviously, you're close to Coach Leggett and Dabo. What Coach Leggett now is back with the program in a different role. What does that mean for guys like you that played for Leggett and just obviously he kind of wasn't part of the program there when Monty came in, but now seeing him back with Coach Backage, what does that feel like for you guys?
Yeah, I think it's great. There's a lot of yeah, I guess history and legacy that
Hmm.
comes with Coach Leggett,
Hmm.
and just feels so good to see him on the field with the baseball team. I don't think you could watch a Clemson baseball game and not really associate him with the program. So just seeing him back and present and being able to mentor players and really help EB out and
Hmm.
be kind of that advisor. I think you look at it and it's Dabo has Woody McCorvey who
Hmm.
he's leaned on for shoot ever since he started and had the head coaching
Hmm.
role, and it's I think it just speaks a lot for having someone who's been there and being able to have someone around that you can lean on as a head coach, and I think Jack is in a great position doing that right now for us.
Well, speaking of coaching, I got to ask you, Dad's coach. Obviously, you've got two sports that you excelled in. You're doing other things now. Have you ever given any thought to getting into coaching?
A little bit. I mean, I like being around the game, but I
Hmm.
also, I'm a big fan too. So
Hmm.
I like having my weekends free, being able
Hmm.
to tune in and watch, the Tigers play, and we really enjoy that. So I love, peeking in. One of my good friends, Ben Paulson, is obviously on
Hmm.
staff on the baseball team, and Tyler Grisham's brother
Hmm.
works with us at FBO Jets. So
Okay.
I'm able to kind of link in and jump in every now and then and talk ball, but really like where I'm at right now.
All right. You come back to Clemson. Obviously, you've been back other than this weekend, but the facilities and what these guys have now. You guys had nice stuff when you were
Yeah.
here, but what's it like to come back and just see all the stuff that they have for these student athletes?
Oh, it's great. Just the town,
Hmm.
you can tell it's growing. The university's growing. The other sports that we're adding with softball, and it's awesome to look at and just see the quality. telling my wife when we came on campus, we have some friends coming up who
Mm-hmm.
have never been here, and it's just so beautiful with everything they've done, and everything's first class. So.
When you walk out there on the field and they recognize you tomorrow, what are you gonna be thinking about?
Probably just the people who helped me get to where I ended up. I had, like I said, Jack and Dabo, or two guys who believed in me and gave me an opportunity, and for me, I'm just super grateful for them, and grateful for everyone I played with, all my teammates, people who helped me around the community. I think that's what I'm really thinking of most.
All right, Dabo said it even again this week when he was talking about you. He said, I told you guys back then, I still believe it. If Kyle had given an NFL shot, he could have made it there. A lot of fans may not know it, but obviously you played injured in football that last season. You didn't really know the injury necessarily until you went with the Rockies and found out you had the broken rib and all that. Do you ever have any? Obviously, baseball was good to you. Do you ever have any regrets of, oh man, I didn't give that football a try?
It's tough to say. I think, what is it? Hindsight's 2020.
Yeah.
Like, I loved playing both, and really what I wanted to do was, have an opportunity to play professionally. And a lot of what I learned going and playing in the MLB is there's a ton of good players out there, and it's all about really being in the right place at the right time as much as it is being talented enough. So I'm really thankful for the opportunities that I got. I don't lose sleep over it. Putting myself back in the moment.
Yeah.
Playing with broken ribs and the pain, it was pretty uncomfortable, and that kind of put me at peace with my decision, just because I was getting beat up, and
Right.
Honestly, I still love football, but happy with the decisions that I made.
All right. What was your favorite memory on the football field and favorite memory baseball?
Oh man, football was, I guess, the Miami game where we won. Yeah, that was awesome. Really got us going in the right direction. And then whenever we beat FSU at home, it was one of the, I guess at the moment, a signature win. And being from Florida and growing up watching Florida State, it was really kind of sweet to me to beat them like we did. And then baseball, clinching and going to the College World Series when we beat Alabama, and that was awesome, just because leading up to that for the 2 years prior, my freshman year, we weren't very good.
Right.
We didn't make it to the NCAA tournament, and then the next year we went to Super Regional in Arizona State, and then got hot my junior year, and went to Omaha, but it was just so enjoyable, and ton of talented players on that team. I was thinking about it driving down here. There's 7, 8 guys all played in the big leagues that were on the field at that time, and those are guys who we worked really hard to get to where we were, and to be able to celebrate at home with all the fans was pretty awesome.
I was wondering I figured you'd say that, but I was wondering if you talk about one of the special nights I remember is at Auburn. You were in the outfield. You got drafted in the first round. I remember watching your dad and your mom and their reaction during all that. And I think if I reflect back on that, you think your dad told me you didn't want to know during the game, but obviously you kind of found out during the game. What was that night like? Yeah,
so it was weird because we were playing the regionals at Auburn, and the first round of the draft was during the game. So the whole time I'm playing right field, I knew obviously what time the draft started, but we were playing, so I wasn't really locked in, and I was getting heckled by everyone in the outfield saying, "Hey, you just got drafted, 3rd or 4th overall," and every time I go out there, it was just one thing after another. And I remember Coach Leggett will probably kill me for this, but I stuck my cell phone into my bag under the bench, and I was told my brother, I was like, "Hey, just let me know if I get picked."
Right.
but whatever.
Yeah.
And sure enough, I walk in and someone said I got picked, and they're like, no, for real, you got picked. And obviously I'm not believing it, and looked down at my phone and saw that I got drafted by the Rockies, and it was during the game. So pretty crazy moment. Very right now it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But kind of a wild story.
I believe that was the same weekend. I can't remember if it was the same game, but that was the same weekend where you hit your 20th home run.
Yeah,
too, right?
I hit a homer not too in that game.
It was in that same
right
game.
after
Okay.
I got drafted. It was we're beating Auburn pretty good to end up clinching and hosting a super regional here.
Right.
So that was the elimination game, and we ended up beating them and coming back and playing Alabama here, and
Yeah. Went to Omaha, something we
yeah.
haven't done since.
yeah.
It's been a long time. I knew that was a special memory I had, so I figured that had to be just an incredible night for you to live through. Last question for you, as you look at where football's headed here at Clemson, where baseball's headed, as a fan, how much do you enjoy watching Clemson win national championships and just sitting back and enjoying the programs here?
Yeah, it's amazing. Really excited for the baseball program. I think it was pretty evident how much confidence they were playing with this year. I think they still have a little ways to go, but you can see the signs of kind of the culture that EB is really building here. So that's very encouraging, and just the style of baseball that they're playing is pretty. That's enjoyable to watch. I watch a lot of baseball games. I did the broadcasting for a while, so I've seen them kind of transition into this, and that's pretty awesome. And then obviously, football. I'm a huge believer in Dabo. I've just seen it work over and over and over again. So I give him the benefit of the doubt on everything. He knows what he's doing. Knows how to build character. He knows how to build good players and great men. So, very excited to watch them. I'm excited to watch, Cade progress. I look at him, he's got all the tools, right? He can throw, he can move, but the one thing is he's young, right? And I think, trying to take that into perspective, that he hasn't had that much experience, and he's coming in with a new OC and something that we haven't dealt with for a while. I think, having a little patience and grace with him will go a long ways. I really kind of predict him making a jump. I would say in the next, midway through the year, hopefully, this weekend. But I think, he's going to learn and evolve, and I think there's a lot of potential there, which I'm excited to watch.
All right, I want to thank Kyle Parker, good friend, Hall of Famer, for coming here in the TCI studios, and we really hope you enjoy your special day tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you, Robert.
Appreciate it,
having me.